welcome to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Yes, who are you?
I'm Liz.
Okay, I'm Carolyn.
And on Instagram and Ravelry, I am Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou. And yes, before anyone comments, I do have a cold.
Yeah, she's been saying no, but we've been singing. Messiah is tomorrow, so we've been through numerous rehearsals, and there's a lot of people who are sick.
Yeah.
So you better keep your distance over there,
I am.
Yes.
Well, as distant as I can be, but also be in the frame.
This is difficult. And I'm Carolyn, and I'm cpredmor on Ravelry, and occasionally like that on Instagram. I have been posting as Knitting in Our Jeans, and in fact, you saw my table of some of my socks having been washed and drying. Certainly not all of them, but I love hand knit socks. So yeah. That was posted on Instagram this week. Also, my frustration a week ago Saturday of I've got starting into the week of finals, and all I want to do is knit. But I was stuck in my office. So finished finals, finished all my finals, got all my grades in. I think I've got all the very end of my lost sheep all in.
Good.
So I'll have to check, but I think I have all the incompletes in. I've had my third student asked to be one of my interns over the spring, so that's my limit this year. 3 interns, that's it. I've got them in a spreadsheet so I can keep track. All 3, I believe, are women.
Oh!
Yes. So it ought to be a great spring. So, look at you. I think you should stand up and show off. Oh, and everybody who is following us, thank you, thank you. Those of you who are here for the first time, God bless your little hearts. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate everybody. So, thank you very much. Okay.
I finished it. So, this is my Tegna. It is out of Neighborhood Fiber Co. Studio Sock in a custom colorway that I dyed at a workshop, and then up here and a little bit on the back, and the sleeves is about approximately 100 yards of 1600 pen.
How many yards?
100.
Okay.
I'm 100 yards over the pattern. I'm at gauge, and so I have no idea what happened. And usually I'm under yardage. So, like, maybe
it's
not by a lot.
Her mother had 1600 Pennsylvania.
I was going to figure it out. Believe me.
But I do like the little cap sleeves.
Yeah, well, so they're a bit of a drop sleeve. You're supposed to have a 4-inch sleeve and then the little bit of ribbing. And I decided, so I thought about doing, I was really smart last night. I started to do a short row sleeve. I figured it out. It looked really good. And then I put it on and I realized this is kind of a drop shoulder.
So now you had a bump.
It looked dumb.
Here.
It wasn't even a bump. It just it tried to go into it was dumb. So I ripped it out and I was like, well, that was a good try.
Excellent try.
And then I decided to knit 1 inch and then the 4 rows of ribbing. And I think it looks really good. I think once I throw it in the washer and dryer, the pickup bump will go away.
I'm pretty sure it will.
But it's wonderful.
It's lovely.
It fits really well.
Nice.
I love it. I'm so glad it's done. I think everyone who has said that the armholes are a little tight is right. They are slightly tight.
You can block that out.
Well, I can block it out. It's not uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. It's just it could be a problem for some people.
Okay.
But yeah, I finished this while my boyfriend and I were having our Lord of the Rings marathon. If you're going to do one of these, don't start after 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It goes until 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm doing a marathon of Midsummer Murders, and I'm up to now season 7. Can't believe I left one on downstairs. I'll have to go watch it again.
It's one we've seen, though.
Yeah, but I don't remember them. It's really cool. I don't remember squat. So I can enjoy them over and over again. So
yeah. So just a clue. So we ended up watching Fellowship of the Ring on Netflix because I did have the DVD, but I didn't have the extended edition, and there was no way to really get a streaming version of the extended edition easily. So we watched the regular version of that, and then we watched the extended DVD version of both Two Towers and Return of the King. Yes, Two Towers becomes 4 hours long, and Return of the King is 4 hours and 23 minutes.
Good Lord, what do they do?
They everything, apparently.
You don't even remember.
No, the thing is I don't remember the theatrical cut, because I've only ever since it came out, and I've owned the DVDs, I've only ever watched the extended DVDs. So I actually don't remember half of the stuff that's extended.
In the theater.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure a lot in Return of the King, and I would say spoiler territory, but these movies have been out forever, and the books have been out for over
even longer.
50-something years. I mean, if you don't know Lord of the Rings, I'm sorry.
Grab a book now.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
So.
That's lovely.
Thank you. So yeah, the Éowyn and Faramir parts, I don't think are in the theatrical cut, but they're in the extended edition.
Okay.
And I think there are some speeches and some, like, little speeches, that are in the extended editions, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
But it was pretty great. It was pretty great. Yeah. At about 1 a.m., I was like, we totally don't have an hour. Like, we have like an hour or so, right? And no, we had an hour and a half left. And I was like, wow. I
was up till 2:20 watching Midsummer Murders and knitting. And I'll show you what I finished in a minute.
Yeah. So that was special. It actually was a lot of fun. And then I actually started something else, but I will let you show what you finished, and then we'll move on.
Okay. So I was working on a Christmas present for my mom. Now, some of you may say, well, what about that sweater for your friend? My friend doesn't know she's getting the sweater, so it doesn't have to be done by Christmas. And it's not going to be. But my mom gets a Christmas present. And these are slightly damp, but they are finished. And I love the way the Thrumms are behaving on these. You actually make them into like little bow ties. And I have wet them on the inside to start making the channel for where the hand goes. And yeah, some of them look like they've disappeared. They are looped around the stitch. So those are some that I pulled tighter than, say, this bad boy who's popping out. But they're not going to come out, and even if they did, it wouldn't harm the integrity of the mitten because they are not making the stitch. There is a yarn stitch underneath of that thrum. And we had a discussion at knit night on Monday about where did the word thrum come from. So here we got, and it really was a good idea to make that channel because they're really easy to get on and off now. Now, what I didn't do for my mother's mittens is I didn't make a little buttonhole at the finger up here because she doesn't have a smartphone. Yeah. And I didn't think she'd get why I would put it in there. For everybody who has a smartphone or has need to poke things with your finger, maybe even elevator buttons, because I know at school some of the elevator buttons are heat sensitive, you want to make a buttonhole right here at the top, and so you can get your pointer finger out. Yeah. I've done that on mine, and
I wish I had done that on my peaches.
It doesn't make it colder because I can just pull because of the Thrumms. The Thrumms will close over that hole. You can pull your finger back in, and it remains warm. So my mom's Christmas present is done.
Well
yes,
done.
So happy. So we're letting them dry. We're driving down on Monday morning, so they should be dry by then because I didn't baptize them. I turned the tap on and put water through them and then shoved my hands in. So they're damp. They certainly are damp, but they're not wringing wet. So I think that'll work. I really do. By the way, someone asked us, how do we choose what we're going to drink when we come up here? It's not a major decision process.
No.
I'm drinking the blueberry tea that I had pulled out of one of my calendar bags last week. I wanted to try it, and it's really very good.
Typically, I'll have tea if I'm cold or if I'm not feeling so great. I actually finished my cup of tea downstairs faster than I thought I would. So I decided not to make a second one right away. I'll probably make a second one when we go back downstairs or when I get to my apartment. We'll see. Yeah. What the timeline looks like. So today we have water.
And I have blueberry tea.
Typically we both like to have water.
Which was Twinings. So Twinings blueberry tea. And it's really pretty good.
Yeah.
It would be nice over ice, too.
But yeah, usually we both have water or Mom might have iced tea. Those are our go-tos just because we're talking with you for an hour.
It gets dry.
Sometimes I need a little kick in the pants or I have a migraine, and that's usually when you see the Mountain Dew. Other than that, I think that is most of our beverages that we have had on the podcast.
I think so.
Yeah.
We haven't had a cup of coffee. I only have a cup of coffee in the morning. Sorry, guys. Just found a drop stitch. One of the things I'm sure you know by now is that I am the queen of dropping stitches. I can pick them up, but
yeah,
I seem to be knitting along, and then all of a sudden I don't pay attention, or I'm tight, and therefore any slip of the stitch and there goes the run.
Yeah.
But it's not that hard to pick them up. There you go. And I'm off and running. So yes, these are my Christmas socks. And it is, December 22nd?
Yes, ma'am.
And so I have 3 days to go.
My socks are not getting done.
But since I have finished my mother's Christmas present, so last week I was here. So right there, and I'm up to here. And this means I've also put in the waist yarn for my heel. So I have gone past the heel, and I have started my pattern of going from 1 cable up to 5. So, yeah, I think you can see that here's a single cable going up this way, and then it's now split into 2 cables with space in between. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Is this better? That one's better. Yes. So, and it will grow to be 5 cables going up the front. So I may be able to do that, and I have to say that with a paper pattern where I'm scribbling off, I will probably go faster than when I was just trying to mentally count 3 stitches and then do a cable, 3 stitches, do a cable. And then, as I said, I don't have anything else I'm going to be working on except these socks. Excuse me, to get them done. I do have my friend's sweater, and I will be working on that. I've done nothing on it this week, but I will bring it to Virginia with me as we are down there for a couple days for Christmas. And I don't think it really would take that long to finish once I get working on it, since it's such a big wall. And then later on I'll talk about what I'm going to do next after that, because I have it up here with me. So
I also then finally started, I did the math and the gauging and all this for Mom's mitts. So I started them. I need Mom to try them on to see if I need to go up a size, because I like them slightly tight. Can you even get them on?
Yeah.
Oh, do you like that?
Yeah.
Because they'll come to about here, I think.
That's fine.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. I love the color.
I do too. It's really exciting because you can't tell how variegated it is really in the ball, but then all of a sudden you get these really dark spots and these really bright spots and then these little more pinky bits. It's nice. And I really do like this pattern a lot. I don't typically redo patterns all that often, but this is...
Because there's so much out there.
Exactly.
So much out there.
So this is Tacit by Hunter Hammerstein, I believe. Hunter Hammersen, something like that. And I made them for a swap 2 months ago.
That.
Yeah, I know. And you were like, I like those mitts. And I was like, all right, I'll make those. So I know that a mitt takes about 8 to 9 hours. So I have 2 days. I can do this.
Sure you can.
We're going to see if I can do this. The only problem is I do have to sit with the pattern in front of me because every other row is a cable row, and it's intuitive, but not intuitive enough that I can't look at the pattern.
That's okay. I like looking at I like looking at charts. I'm a chart reader. Some people are pattern.
Right, but it's not like I can bring these with us to the Messiah and beforehand. Like, that's why I brought the Zweig to rehearsal.
Right. And when I'm going to talk about the whip I've got that I'm going to work on, I may have to familiarize myself with that. Well, we're not going to have rehearsal. We're just going and singing tomorrow.
Right,
so
but then during the reception or during dinner after.
Dinner after, maybe, yes.
So I'll probably bring my Zweig.
Well,
so speaking of
whether I finished my socks or not.
So speaking of, I'm working on my other Boylan Knitworks. It's my Zweig. So funny story. I don't know if I told Mom this, but
another drop stitch.
When I was picking up from my little save spot,
yes.
Apparently I missed a stitch, and I hit my first pattern row, and I was off by a stitch. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? So I go back, and it's the third stitch. So I pick it up all the way. You know, it's only about 4 rows that I need to pick it up. I pick it up, and I move on. But I was like, why is this not working? So, I
like the Zweig.
I like
yours
it.
Yours is a much heavier Zweig than mine is, I think. Not much, but some heavier.
It's a little heavier.
Mine is a lighter yarn. And
yeah.
I like your darker colors.
And I think I really like I made shorter sleeves. But it's also me, so doing that pattern on a small circumference for my length arms, I might kill someone.
Well, that may be where you want to try a tiny round needle. So you just go round.
Yeah.
At one point, I did like those. And occasionally, I'll get into the rhythm where I really like using a small, like a 9-inch circular needle that you just barely go around. And I find that works pretty well. So, yes, well, for dinner, I do have my socks to work on. Yeah. Although now we're in the pattern rows, and that makes it a little, but dinner. It's okay.
Exactly.
Because our men are used to the knitting.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
They are.
Oh, and speaking of knitting, I've submitted the one class suggestion. And then I was listening to June Hyatt on Fruity Knitting. She gave me another idea. So after this, I'm going to go down and see if I can work it out. And if I can, then I'll propose that. And yes, I'm doing 2 at a time socks. And so you can see the difference in them. I have my bag that has a pocket on each side, and that helps a lot in yarn management. This would definitely be a circular needle pattern, because I don't see how you can't possibly do this on double points.
No, you can't do 2. You can't do 2 at a time on double points. No.
You could do them. I'll knit 3 inches here, and then I'll knit 3 inches here. And people will say, well, it takes longer. But this way, but I'm done. I have a pair of socks.
Yeah.
And then I can move on to the next thing. And believe me, if you remember when I showed you all my whips, I got next things all over the floor here. So I do want to do something like do a whip, do a new thing. Do a whip, do a new thing. And I wanted to talk to you all about something that somebody on Ravelry suggested to me. Where is that box? There's 2 here.
Yeah.
I bought 3. These are 2-gallon Ziploc bags.
They're specifically for challah.
What does that mean? Oh, for challah, really? Because I'm making...
They say challah, 2 gallons.
I'm making challah for New Year's, so this is perfect. I am. So that should be... So they're the challah bags. They are 2 gallons. And what that means is they will hold a sweater's quantity of yarn. So when I have identified yarn to be used for a particular pattern, I'm putting them in these bags, and then I've got an area over there that I'm stacking these things that are in the plastic bags, because when you stack them in amongst the wool, they fall down.
Well, yeah, they have to stack against each other.
Right.
or you have to make sure that they're
So
all
I put
flat
together my
packed,
1600 Pennsylvania, since I have one that has no label, all together, so that I won't forget what that is. So yes, the challah bags. I've got a couple of the sweaters put up over there. I've got, let's see, where's the one that kept falling down on me? This is the one that kept falling down on me.
Oh, your baths.
My dad's. That's gorgeous. I can't wait to start that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to start all this stuff. I've got cast on itis.
Me too.
Like mad.
So, speaking of cast on itis,
yeah.
I haven't actually cast it on yet, but
How did you manage to show such restraint?
because I have to knit you mitts for Christmas.
Right.
And I have a test knit hat that I haven't touched because I'm trying to get Christmas stuff done, and the test knit's due by the end of the year. So I have more days than that. Then So Nimruz, Julia of Pandia's Jewels, has been talking about doing a Rambling Woman. And I've been talking about doing a Rambling Woman.
What is a Rambling Woman?
It is a cardigan by Caitlin Hunter.
Ah.
And it is gorgeous. And it is color work. And it is amazing. And I have a desperate need. So I'm pulling up the pattern for Mom right now because I own the pattern. Because of course, patterns. So. Come on, go.
Yeah. Well, keep talking.
Okay. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm thinking.
I wouldn't look good in that at all.
No, well, I'm thinking of just wearing it open or with like a black belt.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm thinking of using this Kalamazoo as the main color, which is the purple in this pattern. So this as the Kalamazoo, or is the Kalamazoo from Cephalopod.
How would you even tell which one's the main color?
Because, well, it's color 1.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking to do...
Oh, I know what this is. This is all the fluff from the Thrummed.
Probably,
yes. Thought it was my hair.
And then I'm thinking
why don't we show them?
I am.
You am?
Oh, so that's the Rambling Woman.
Yes.
By Caitlin Hunter, a.k.a. Boylan Knitworks. So then I'm thinking for color 2, which is the gold, either do this gray, which is Patterson Park, or this green, which is Rosemont.
Show me Patterson Park. And what is that
gold
substitute? No, I like the light one.
I like the green a lot. Also because you can't tell in the ball, or, I mean, you can see it more in the skein sometimes, but there are pops of green.
I see that.
In this skein. So this is going to be really cool because I'm going to show you in a minute how cool this really is. So I'm thinking about using this for the main color, or for the color number 2, except for maybe those little motifs at the top, and maybe...
No, I think that would go well.
Well, we have to see, because then I might have to buy another skein, or I don't know yet. So we're going to see. So then, I'm thinking color number 3 of keeping it white or light gray.
Nice.
And then doing a black, and there's so many colors. So we're going to put color 1 down, and color 2 is going to go down. So color 3 and 4 and 5. So you see where the light pink is on there? Mm-hmm. That would be the gray.
Nice.
And then the black would be the dark pink.
Nice.
I think that would look really cool.
I think it would look
very nice. So from there, it then goes back to being against the green. Mm-hmm. And then it goes against the Kalamazoo. Mm-hmm. And then I'm thinking of doing a little bit different blue, a different kind of blue than she has in there. But then the blues, and then these go against the green well, which then goes back into the white, which goes into the black, which then goes back to the green. So that's what I'm thinking. I know that... So I had another option as well to use one of these, like this, as my main color, or my color 1, or this as my color one.
Ooh.
But I have 1,200 yards of this.
Yes.
And I kind of want to keep it together. It unskeined itself.
Yes.
So I don't really particularly want to use it
as piecework.
Because you only need 500 to 600 yards of color one for the small. This is Studio Worsted. Yeah, that one is. So you only need 560 or something like that for the smallest size, which gives you a bust circumference of about 40 and a lower circumference of like a hem circumference of like 50 something. So
big enough.
It's gonna be big enough no matter what. So I don't think I'm gonna use this. I was thinking instead of using the black that I have in here, which is actually Dirty Panther by Madeline Tosh, of using Upton, but they're so close that I might as well just use my Dirty Panther.
Tunic.
Yeah. Take out the steek panel and make it just a tunic?
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice.
And I thought about using the cluster of stars, and I like that idea, but I really want to use the Kalamazoo. I've had the Kalamazoo for years, and I mean, I'm nervous because I've already tried to knit 3 or 4 things with the Kalamazoo, and it hasn't worked.
Why?
Because the color hasn't been right for the pattern, the yarn hasn't been right for the pattern. And it's kind of, because cephalopod is no longer a business, it's a bit of a holy skein.
Yes. But we want to use them.
We do want to use them. So I think this is what's going to happen, and I think that's going to be my color palette. But I don't think I can start that in good conscience until I have
your Zweig.
My Zweig done. And some
Caitlin
Christmas knitting.
On the needles would be a killer.
Well, I already did that once with the Tegna and the...
Yeah, but that didn't go well.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think... I know I have the ease, which is easy knitting. So I think...
We're only going to be away for 2 days.
Right. I'm not casting this on yet.
Ah.
I'm taking the socks, the Zweig, and your mitts. Maybe the hat, too. Maybe the Testament hat. With me while we're away. Because we don't have that much time.
We really don't. We're going to get down there. It's going to be Christmas Eve. So there'll be Christmas Eve services, dinner, and go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm going to have envelopes for most of the presents. Your father, you're going to love this. I got your father a present. Not a big present, but a present. And he said, so you can put it in the Whole Foods bags I have downstairs. Don't worry about getting a box. Just, we'll get a Whole Foods bag, and you put it in the Whole Foods bag, then you can wrap the Whole Foods bag. I said, okay.
What? The gift from you to him?
Yes. Then he told me we were going through some place where they were like corrugated boxes. He goes, we could pick up one of those and you could wrap my present in that. I said, you're flipping out.
What is he freaking out about? Because he doesn't know what it is?
Well, no, he just doesn't want to spend money on getting a box.
Why does it? Oh my gosh. You could use the Amazon box over there.
I could. Yes. But I'm going to use the Whole Foods bag because that's what seems to float his boat at the moment.
Okay, then I'm gonna wrap my bag stuff in that.
Go ahead.
And I did forget that downstairs. I did cut the exterior fabric, which I think I have like 3 times the amount I need, which is so much better than not having enough. Yes. So I'm not complaining. I'm just like, I could make a whole set of bags.
Very cool.
That coordinate. And Cass mentioned she really likes the pattern, so maybe she'll get something. Maybe. So yeah, I was amused by that. I was like, I have a lot of fabric here.
A heck of a lot of fabric.
Yeah.
We went today and got the lining.
Yes, the lining.
And then I got a big mama button for the top of my pink coat. And big snaps down below. So now it definitely is going to close over at the top. And the big button hides the sewing of the snap. I'm very pleased.
And your big find of the week, I think.
Oh my goodness, they had a travel Rowenta iron. Dual voltage, so almost anywhere I would be going, and it's a steam iron. And it was originally $58, and I got it for $38 because apparently Joann's was having a sale. So I have a Rowenta iron that I've had for 30 years, and it's kind of on its last legs. So this was really fortuitous that I found it, and I can't wait to try it out. After we get back from Christmas, I'm going to start working on, what is that top? The Adele, the Agatha.
I don't know. Agnes?
Agnes. I'm going to make, I have fabric here for 2 Agnes tops, which would be really good for sailing. I've bought a couple, not trikinis,
Tankinis?
Tankinis, so that I've got a separate top and bottom, so it makes it easy to go to the bathroom. And then wearing an Agnes.
The little things in life.
It really is. Wearing an Agnes top over top of that would be perfect. And 2 are skirts. So that'll be nice, kind of like skirts.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be nice. So I've got enough fabric down there for 2 tops. And then if I have time, then I'll make that wool dress over there. I feel so energized.
I know, me too. I got to
no
work.
School. I feel energized.
And I got to work on Monday and I was like, oh my God, I have energy and I have chutzpah. Like I was fit to be tied. Like I thought people were going to be like, yo, Liz, calm yourself.
Calm yourself. I think it has something to do with that watch.
I don't know. But, thank you.
You're welcome. So what do you want to talk about next? You want open bags here?
Sure. I mean, it's up to you.
It's my calendar. I have opened maybe one of these things. So if you remember, we had this collection of wonderfulness. I opened one more while we were gone, which is this. And I don't think it goes in with that.
No.
But it's a really pretty blue. So we're going to continue with the calendar. I think next year I'm going to look for a speckled calendar. And let's see what we've got. We've got number 18. Okay.
Sorry for all the nose blowing. It's just very uncomfortable when you feel the congestion happening.
Ooh, that is pretty. That's like a green blue.
It's like you took Sanctuary City and dipped it in a vat of gray.
Yes. To give it a deeper tone. And then this is number 19. Your nose has just come awake like today.
No, it started yesterday.
Did it? Ooh, there's something in here.
Oh, Euclid!
Rapture. Yes, Euclid, Rapture.
We can't use that. It's jasmine scented.
It is jasmine scented. How bad is it?
I can't say today because...
Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, that's for somebody else. Interesting, but not for me.
We can do a lot of natural scents. However, when it is in something else, like a perfume or a laundry detergent or a wool wash,
it just wafts up. My body heat will release it.
And even if there is...
Oh.
But the thing is it's not an art... Even if it's not an artificial jasmine, or an artificial scent, it's not always tolerable.
Right, because for me it just keeps wafting up and up my nose, and by a couple hours I'll have a headache.
Yeah.
So it's just one. Oh,
that's
my
pretty.
goodness!
That's
I
pretty.
love this. This is as you can see, a light lavender.
Yep.
Very pretty. And this is number 22. There's something in here. There is something in here. Well, obviously there's something in each one of these. Next year I'd like to get a calendar that has black teas, I think. And try different black teas. As well as a yarn. What? It's like an egg.
Oh, it might be a Kinder egg. No. Yes!
Yes!
Not safe for us.
I can have it at lunchtime.
You can have that?
I think so. We'll have to see. There's something else in here.
Oh.
Maybe not.
I don't think so. I think it's milk chocolate.
Yes. Oh, well. And?
Taffy.
Taffy I can have. Footies.
I think it's taffy.
All right. What does this say? Kinder Joy. Sweet cream topped with cocoa. No, I definitely can't have that.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice.
I think that's a gift for Dad.
Nice thought. He'll love it. He will love it.
So excited.
This is tomorrow's. Then you can tell that we are podcasting a day early because we're going to be singing most of the day tomorrow. So I'm going to open all of them tonight because I want to share with you. Mom is just
going for it.
I am. I can't even untie it. Ooh. Oh.
That's pretty.
That is gorgeous. Look at that.
That's
very nice. Obviously, I like blues. I like reds. I like purples. I'm not so big on green.
No.
No.
I'm more on green than you are.
What is that?
I don't know. It's something
wrapped. Ooh.
Is that 24 or 25? That's 25. That's Christmas.
That's Christmas. How did it go backwards?
I don't know, but you did.
It is 25.
Yeah.
All right, 24. Yes, tell me. Oh, pretty. Really pretty.
Ooh, very pretty.
So these.
Yeah. Those might go with your... Or with what you set up or that. That's pretty.
I like that. Nothing goes with this.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
No. That's okay.
But it's pretty. I like that.
So then, what is your 25?
I don't know. But this looks pretty interesting.
I won't open it, but I'll get it out of the bag for you.
And I like this. I'm not sure I like that terribly. That's another greenish thing.
Uh-huh.
I wonder that goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. All right, ladies. We have, this is a color combination too. So very nice. And, oh, you know what? The pink.
Uh-huh.
The pink will go with that, I think.
Not this dude.
So.
Yeah.
The pink could go over here. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. We've got another combination. This dude is something that hangs up by himself. I like him. He reminds me of like the movie Frozen.
Yes.
So, yes, we like him. But
I like that burnt color right there.
This one. This one is very pretty too.
That was number 1, I think.
Yes. Because I have all of my
stitch markers
it's there.
Very pretty.
Okay. It's in my lap.
Yeah.
Christmas is in my lap. Woo! They are ceramic stitch markers.
Oh.
I can't tell what that is.
It's a cow.
It's a cow. Okay, and this says
it has a knit stitch on it.
Yeah. So I have a cow.
And a knit stitch.
Very pretty.
Those are beautiful.
They really are. They're ceramic. They're lovely. They're absolutely lovely. And I will put them in my box here. You're supposed to hold a wrist ruler, but my wrist ruler is over my desk. So that's lovely. So my calendar was a big success.
Yes.
Big success.
And mine has been too. So
that's fantastic.
Yes. So 18 was the airing of grievances. Or no, I have to start with the 17th?
I don't know.
I think I have to start with the 17th. So 17th is Warm Burrow Nights.
Oh, that's pretty.
Which is very pretty.
Now this is a Harry Potter theme.
Well, she said that there were going to be Harry Potter ones, because this is airing of grievances.
Okay.
Which is Seinfeld? Yeah, I think so. 1819 is Fred's Wizard Cracker. Which is gorgeous.
Mm.
And then 20 is Fang's New Bone.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
That is so adorable.
Yeah. And then 21 is Hagrid's Eggnog.
Oh, that is so pretty.
Yeah. And 22, which I have not opened yet. Oh my goodness. Is Holly Through the Heart. Is gorgeous.
Oh, look at that. This is pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
I haven't decided if I'm going to go ahead or not.
It's up to you.
I mean, I don't have... So 25 is a full skein, and I don't have that with me.
Where's that?
That's at home.
How did it fit in here?
It didn't.
Oh, it came.
It just came
Last year
on
I got
top
a
of
full
it.
skein as number 25 also.
So number 23, we're moving ahead because my mother gave me a look.
What?
Festivus for the Rest of Us.
Oh, cute.
Which is very pretty. It's very coppery, which I like a lot. And 24 is Trip to Hogsmeade.
Oh, I like, that's a nice
which
neutral.
Is nice, yeah.
That is a really nice neutral.
So,
I think your choices were excellent.
I think my choice was extremely good. So I think I'm going to take a massive photo of all of them later, just so that I can see what I want to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to do either of Ambah O'Brien's shawls, or, hold on, I'm just putting it back in the bag that I carried it in, or if I want to do something else. Rebecca she has a podcast. I don't usually watch the podcast, but I do follow her on Instagram, and she's knitting a Japanese sleeves by Locatelli out of one of her yarns. So she's of the Mean Girls Knit podcast. And one of her, she doesn't have it on her feed. She has it in her story. So she's doing a stair-step gradient one out of her Mad Tosh, I think, calendar. And then she's also knitting, she doesn't have it in her story. She's also knitting a striped version of the Japanese sleeves by Locatelli, which is really quite pretty. So maybe if I set them in a gradient or something and make them in a sweater like that. I haven't actually decided, but I'm excited.
And I have all my last
so
years.
I have all my last years too, and I think I'm going to make those socks by Nina. The bundled up ones, the ones made for minis, because it's really cute. And I only have 5 grams of each. And you had 10. So that's another thing. We got smaller ones last year, and I do think this year.
I like the bigger ones.
Excuse me, I like the bigger ones as well. I feel like we definitely got more yarn. Obviously, we got more yarn. But it also is that we got,
I think, something usable.
Something much more usable. Not that, obviously not now that, I found the socks pattern by Mina, the other is usable as well, but I just was concerned.
We like yarn.
We do like yarn.
And having the bigger skeins just gives us more to conjure with, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Also, because that one of the pattern books we looked through recently had that stripy sweater that could work really well. Obviously, it's getting late because I'm failing.
Yes.
Even further. Hey, it happens. It
does happen.
It's life. But yeah, so those are the things that we've been working on. I've been trying to tell myself not to cast anything new on. Unless it's a holiday gift. Do you want to talk about the new Vogue Knitting magazine, the Winter 1819?
And then the whip that I'm going to be working on.
Oh, why don't you talk about the whip you're going to be working on first?
I'm doing a cable here.
So
that's where I am in my pattern.
Do you think I should swatch the color work?
Yes.
Just to confirm that the colors work?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to wind up the 3 skeins that aren't wound for that then.
Okay,
before we leave.
I have managed to... No, here it is. This is the Lady
Lady
Yak.
Which you have in, you have the yarn from Long Island Yarn and Farm.
Yes.
The Christy Glass.
Yes.
One. Oh, crud. I just screwed that up, didn't I?
This is how much I had worked on.
Hmm.
I think it's a very easy, obviously, pattern, worked in pieces. So this is
And
going with me down to Virginia. I'm going to photocopy this pattern again because I only have it in paper. We took a class with Sarah Solomon at Vogue Knitting Live in January, and we got the paper patterns, but we didn't get the digital. So I'm going to photocopy it, put it in the bookshelves, and then when I get back to school, I'm going to digitize it and put it in my own pattern collection that I have in Dropbox. Yes, because I can see what's going to happen. Yep.
I was actually going to say I don't know where mine is.
Oh.
I mean, I think I know where it is, but I also am not quite sure I know where it is. So I was going to say, well, if you're gonna copy it, why don't you scan it? Because I did take the class. I can definitely prove to people that I took it because I still have the registration.
Because I can photocopy it here.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I can then scan it at work.
Right.
So that's why. So I'm very excited that I finished my mom's mittens. And it looks to me like I could finish these socks by tomorrow night. So
that's
moving
good.
along. So the new Vogue Knitting. And it has a beautiful
cover sweater. Which Mom
has already decided.
It's already picked out yarn for.
Yes.
Because she hasn't put this yarn away. So it is the Peplum Pullover.
Yes.
Number 2.
Amy Gunderson.
By Amy Gunderson. And she's going to be making it out of Neighborhood Fiber Co. in Broadway Market. Out of Neighborhood Fiber Co. Studio Worsted.
I am going to hack the pattern a bit because I don't need all this extra bulk down on my butt. I do like wearing tunics, but I don't need all of this. So I am going to expand the gorse till it fits easily over my hips and then come straight down. So it's going to be more of a, just kind of an A-line rather than a flared look to all of this. This calls for DK, and what I've got is worsted. So I will be doing pattern math, and it may be, as we were talking about, I may be able to get away with making a small or an extra small, depending on what my gauge is with the worsted. But I am very excited about that. It is so pretty. And if you know me, you know I love cables. Here's another cable by Deborah Newton.
It's the cable, I think it's
Look
the
at
poncho.
this. It's very pretty. You're right, I don't need a poncho, but it's really, really pretty. Another dimension, this is a sweater. Interesting cables. It looks more like tucks. This, look at this. Look at that. Reminds me of Celtic patterns. Really pretty. I could wear it like crazy. Elizabeth likes this cardigan.
I do. Even turning it into a pullover.
Mm-hmm. You're right, that's the poncho. So here's the poncho. What would be really cool is to turn that poncho pattern into a sweater. Very nice. Or a tunic. You could do that.
You could.
Let's see.
We have the technology.
We do.
So if any of you are curious as to what I'm doing right now, I missed a cable row.
Oh dear. So here's something you could do with minis. This is called Dyed in the Wool. Savvy Patterns. Take the hand paint trend up in your color theory IQ. And it's like mosaic blocks. Interesting.
That is really interesting.
And then this is nice. This is, I think, an all-over rib shawl.
Is it a rib or is it a brioche?
I don't know.
I think it's brioche.
Could be.
Looks like brioche.
Doesn't really say.
It looks like brioche because it's got the little legs. If you look at the pearl, it's got those Eiffel Tower-y legs.
It's really not saying. Oh, and this is the one you like.
Okay, so remember how we discussed how my office had an ugly sweater contest? I wore my Cora, I did not make a sign for it because our HR department decided to go all out and wear a two-headed sweater and have matching leggings and Jingle Bell slippers and hats. They went all out. So I was like, you can win most creative. But I was saying, why don't I just, for giggles, find, see when the next web sale is and maybe get some super bulky, whip it up in a week out of, some green and red. And
your sweater.
And there you go. Maybe I do some embroidery on the shoulders, do some, a Christmas tree, really ham it up for next year. And I can still be like, well, I made it. I made you an ugly sweater, because everyone keeps going, oh, you should win. You made one. And I'm like, oh,
I don't
honey.
make ugly sweater. Look at this dress.
It's so pretty.
It's a nice jumper. So the black is a store-bought blouse. But so basically it's a white jumper. Looks
That's
really
lovely.
Really comfortable. Obviously would make a very nice tunic. I would put sleeves on it.
Which is totally reasonable.
Very
totally
reasonable.
doable.
Some gorgeous lace. This is a really pretty lace shawl. Look at this. Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
That she's got in two colors. So one end is the darker pink and one end is lighter. It looks like she's has gradations in it. Let's see what else. And that's what I found. That's what I found in this book. So there was a number of things that were really
And the Meg
tasty.
Swanson article is great, as per usual.
Yes.
So I'm now spending a row fixing the fact that I knit 2 plain rows in between my little pattern motif instead of one.
That's why having a chart works really well.
I had... Okay. So
Mark it
I'm
off.
currently,
So I have my
playing with
socks to
this.
finish.
Yes.
I have the sweater for my friend to finish. And then I can work on my Lady Yak. And then I think I'm going to start a sweater of my own design.
Out of the Tosh?
Out of the Tosh that you started winding for me.
Mhm.
Yes. Either that or apparently I'm the only one of the people that I know that put in for the sorting hat for Harry Potter. So
I totally missed it. I flubbed. Oh well.
I may... I won't do one of my own sweater designs for the mission, and I'm not going to do an owl or a newt. I will do the mission, so at that point I can look at maybe making the wink or a sweater that came with a pattern rather than trying to do a new sweater in 6 weeks. So I've got my Lady Yak queued up. Easy knitting.
Yeah.
I've got my friend's sweater and I've got my socks. So moving along on the production path.
Yeah.
Now, what are we doing next weekend?
We have to talk. Well, next weekend I'm not here, but we have to talk about what we want to do. Because I could come over Friday early.
Okay.
Or I could come over on Thursday. We have to talk.
Okay.
We just
and then I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
For what, 2 weeks? 1 week?
No, you're still here, so you leave the weekend after. So I could come out here again Thursday night.
Oh, we could do that.
And we can record then, and then we miss...
At least 1 week.
I think we miss 1 week then that way, because if I come out one of those 2 days, then we hit next weekend. If I come out one of those...
We're leaving on the 4th.
So then if I come out the 3rd, then we hit that weekend, we only miss...
One.
Oh,
cool.
And then
we'll do our best, guys. We really will.
We will.
So I've done some cleaning up around here. I have taken my bag of cotton yarn that I'm not going to use, and I put it down in the playroom, getting ready to give to somebody at my knitting group who's going to bring it to a school where they believe they'll be able to use it. So I'm really excited about that. And that's where I'm putting then my sweater quantities that I've identified in my challah bags.
Yes.
So yeah, things are just moving along here.
Good.
I'm quite pleased. It's getting a little cleaned up. And if I can get my Adele, Agatha,
Agnes,
my Agnes tops made, I'll be really pleased. Really very pleased. So we've got 2 shawls over here. So very cool. I can't think of anything else. Can you think of anything else?
I'd really like to get this freaking Zweig done.
That would be good.
Sorry,
anyway.
I'm a little frustrated with myself
We're
missing this row.
I've woven in the ends on the mittens, but we're going to call a halt.
I still have to weave in the ends on this sweater, so we'll work on that.
We're going to call a halt. Listen, happy holidays for everyone. Merry Christmas for those who celebrate Christmas. We are going to be so excited singing the Messiah tomorrow night. And our church is running their Christmas pageant during just after the service. So it's a bang-up Sunday tomorrow.
It is.
We're going to be driving down to Alexandria where we'll be spending Christmas Eve with my mom and my brother and his family.
Yep.
And that'll be great.
It will.
So... happy holidays,
yes.
and we will see you in the new year. Bye.
Bye.